Living City, grown and created from iron oak, thorn-studded vines, and song-forged metal by the goddess Alariel herself. It stands as a living, breathing jewel in the heart of Gairan, and symbol of life for all the realms. We've seen and lived through many horrors, the season of war, the siege of our beautiful wonder, and corrupting forces of chaos. But we will not give it up. We will fight until the very dawn. Life will find a way.
The Skaven are the greatest, best race. No foolmate knows of our location or place. We sneak hide better than even nasty get things. Only once we want to have our place, location known do we reveal, and then it is too late. The Skaven will rule all. That is our great destiny. Better that you beg, ask for mercy, and come give yourselves over to the greatest, best god, the great Horned Rat.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Saga of Dice Battle Report. So I'm back here with Mateus, another game. This time I'm bringing Living City with Alariel, and you're bringing Skaven again, but a different list as last time.
Almost always Skaven.
Almost
always Skaven.
And we're playing Won't Back Down, 2,000 points. And I'm not going to use it, but I did bring my safety tree lord. Just
For
in
good
case,
luck.
for good luck, who knows. And so we'll be back in a moment, but do subscribe, hit the bell, like for the YouTube gods, and Rob has a Patreon as well that you can contribute to.
Standard YouTube stuff.
Standard YouTube
we have
stuff.
to say it because we're contractually obligated, but it does actually help. So, for some reason the algorithm actually cares about the things that they designed it to do. So, please do that.
And we'll be back after deployment. All right, so we are doing Don't Back Down. So there are 6 objectives, as you can see, and it's actually lengthways deployment. And everything is pretty much the same as any mission. It's score 1, score 2, score more. The only difference in this one is when you rally, if you're wholly within 6 inches of an objective, you actually rally on a 5-up, not a 6-up. And if you're a GV unit, a Galatian veteran unit, you rally on a 4-up instead. And that's the mission.
All right, so for Skaven today, we have the innumerable hordes. So to start it all off, we have 4 units of 20 clan rats, all minimum size, because bounty hunters is painful. 3 of them are going to be in expert conquerors, so they're all worth 3 on objectives. The blue shields are in bounty hunters instead. That's the skink shields. They're in bounty hunters with the 15-man unit of sensor bearers. This is a 15-man. It's double reinforced because their battle line thanks to the furnace. And Furnace is our first of our heroes. He has no upgrades, just like last time. He's not a general, no command trait, but he does have the heal prayer because I do like healing. He'll get his great plagues. He's tanky. He's definitely going to have bodies to push him around in this list. Our other hero, our other big guy, is my general, and that's the Deceiver here. This time he's a Vermin Lord Deceiver. He's my general, so he has the incredible agility, which lets him fly. He's base movement 12, so he's pretty zippy. And he can Finest Hour twice in a game. And then his artifact is the Shadow Magnet Trinket, which gives him a once per battle strike first until my next hero phase, which pairs really well with the Scurry Away ability, where he can strike first, fly out, and then just scurry away out of combat. He also has Flaming Weapon as his chosen spell, because it's mandatory when you're only damage 2 on your melee weapon. And last but not least, the clan rats are the least, we have a Warlock Engineer with Warp Lightning Shield, just to try and protect him from a bit of chip damage. He probably won't be using it, we'll see. But just a base engineer, nothing on him, but he's accompanied by 3 Warp Lightning Cannons, the regiment. I saw what they could do to me. I've seen what they've done to other people. And so I will see what I can do to Andy with them. So let's see what Andy has for juicy Warp Lightning targets.
All right, so Living City is what I am bringing, and so I've got for my general, I've got the Nomad Prince, and he has the command trait Druid of the Everspring, so he can cast Life Surge, and his artifact is the Wardrobe Horn, which is the once per game +1 attack in melee until your next hero phase, and then his adjutant is the Battle Mage from Gur. So he has the Lore of Leaves Life Surge spell as well. And then I've got Alariel, and she is bringing the Iron Oak Skin spell for extra difficulty to wound her. And then for my battle line, because the Nomad Prince is the general, that makes the 20 Sisters of the Watch battle line, and they're also the Honored Retinue. And I've got...
What does that do?
So the general, if the general's within 3 inches of them, he can pass off wounds to them on a 4-up.
Nice.
Probably won't need it, but we'll see. And then to round out my battle line, I've got 2 more units of Wild Riders. And I've got a Drakespawn Chariot. And I've got this funny looking dude who's actually a scratch-built Tree Lord. I've used some of the bits of the kit and some bits of Wildwoods to build him. And so in terms of battalions, the Bounty Hunters would be the Wild Riders and the Tree Lord. And then everything else is in a battle regiment. So I'm 4 drops. And yeah, for my grand strategy, I've got take what's theirs. So I think that's pretty much it.
Nice. We'll be back with turn 1.
All right, so Skaven getting the turn 1. As you can see by the deployment, Andy is being very conservative, and nothing is remotely close to my Warp Lightning cannons. So not too much is going to happen this turn, but we'll see what I can pull off. Andy made this a proving grounds right here, because he's going second. I had to roll for my Warp Spark tokens, and I rolled a 2 on the D3, so a total of 5. Just going to use these dice for it, and there's 5 little guys. And I do have an Ashen Keeper on the battlefield, so I get to pick an assassin target. 1 enemy hero I'm +1 to hit and wound against with him. I made Andy's general, that little Nomad Prince over by there. He's my assassin target. So those are all the pre-game things, well, almost pre-game. I'm still going first, so I have to pick a battle tactic. I'm just going to do against the odds, and I'm going to do it with these guys because it really doesn't matter. And then I'm going to do a heroic action. I'm going to make a CP on the Deceiver. I do. That's a 6.
I shall make a CP on the Wizard.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz?
I do.
Ooh, dueling 6s.
We're off to see the Wizard. And now, that is all the start of the hero phase things, because there's no rallies, no endless spells. The Furnace is going to do a Bless. It's a 5. Not a great plague, but it goes off, so I'm just going to bless the Censer Bears there. I will get a card for that later. But for now, I will just do my other spells real quick. So the Deceiver is going to charge up a Flaming Weapon. He needs a 4. An 8 + 1 is 9. Definitely do it. He's getting +1 because he's near a Nahul. And then he is going to Dreaded Skinner.
Range?
No.
Oh, okay.
Even if I deployed on the line, he's not in unbind range because he's so conservative.
Right.
Little scaredy cat.
Smarty cat.
That's a 10 for Dreaded Skitter Leap, so that's going to happen. I'll move him. You'll see where he ends up at the end of the movement as well. We'll just shorthand that. But finally, I have, if I'm not knocking over my own models, the Engineer. He's just going to do a Mystic Shield. Gets it with an 8. And you're still out of unbind range, so he's just going to put that on the Furnace. And then that's my hero phase. I will move, and we'll see where everything ends up. All right, so end of the Skaven movement phase. That's where the Deceiver teleported. He's just facing down those guys. Didn't move up. The Klein Rats on the side or in the back, they're just all screening out that 9 inches exclusion so that Andy can't pop up behind me. Cannons moved up 3 inches. If Ilariel's going to toss spears at them, she's just going to do that. I really can't do anything about it. The Furnace and the Censer Bears moved up marginally, and the 1 unit of Clan Rats that isn't in Bounty Hunters is just kind of touching the objectives. So, not a very crazy movement phase, other than my 1 teleport. But that brings us over to the shooting phase. Cannons are out of range of any shooting target, so they're just hanging out. But the Deceiver is in range of things because he teleported into range, and so he's going to put his Doomstar into the General, my assassin target, which I get +1 to hit and wound against. Do you want to all-out defense? Because I am going to all-out attack to cancel out your
Yes, I will.
thing. All right. Yeah, I'm rend 1. 6 is to hit our mortals, so he gets d6 shots here. 4. That was almost a 1. So hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. Ooh, that's 4 mortals, and then wounding on a 2. That's cocked. I'll reroll it. There we go. So 1 save at -1 and 4 mortal wounds.
Okay, so -1, so puts him back to a 3-up.
Yep.
So he's dead.
Oh, he fails it, takes 6 damage because there's no retinue by him to pass off to. And that's the assassin doing its job. That's my shooting phase, so he will charge in because may as well get extra value here. He's gonna charge in for 8, and that will do it. We'll move him, and then we'll see what happens when we're in the combat phase. All right, and so that's the end of the charge phase. He's just gonna keep the ball rolling. He's just touching that objective to nab control of it. But monstrous action at the end of combat. What's the save on a Wild Rider?
5 up.
Okay, so I don't care about roaring, so I will stomp them on a 2-up for 2 mortals.
Okay.
Just eats 1, or I guess steps on 1. Then he's going to burn one of his CPs at the start of combat when he's chosen to fight to do Lord of Assassins, which will give him +1 to hit and wound. He's already wounding on a 2-up, but now he's hitting on a 2-up.
And what's his rend?
-3.
Okay.
And because of Flaming Weapon, he's damage 3. So 2s to hit, 1 miss. That is perfectly acceptable. 2s to wound. 1 fail, that is also acceptable. That's going to be 4 at -3.
No
So
save?
no save, 3 damage each, so that's 12 damage.
So they're dead.
Pick them up. And the little caster right there is just at a 3, so he gets to just stare in horror about this giant demon that's in front of him now. But that'll be my turn. I definitely hold 1-2 more because Andy has no objectives he's sitting on right now, and I'm on 5 of them. And that, against the odds, is scored because the rats that I put it on didn't even move. So that will be my turn 1, on to Andy's turn 1.
Okay, so Living City turn 1. I'm going to do against the odds with the chariot. And for my heroic action, I'll just roll a CP for Alariel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get it.
I am going to make a CP on the furnace. That's right. I do not either.
Okay, so
I'm at
for my
2.
spells, I'm going to try to cast Metamorphosis with Alariel on this guy.
Yeah.
So that goes off on a 10.
Wowza.
I got an 8. That's not
Okay,
an
so I
11.
roll 10 dice.
Oh,
And
yeah,
every-
10 is a good roll for that.
3 up is a mortal wound.
Oh, nice.
That's what I get for not rolling my blues.
So that is 6 mortal wounds.
Dang.
5 up protection of the horned rat. I make 1, so he takes 5 mortals.
Dang.
Ouch.
And how many wounds does he have left?
He's 13 total, so he's down to 8.
Okay.
Do you want to think about?
No, I'm just waiting for him to do that.
I mean, sure.
So Alariel will cast Mystic Shield. Goes off on a 6.
Yeah, that seems stoppable. Stop it with an
Okay,
8.
and then she'll do Arcane Bolt. Goes off on a 6.
The engineer's out, so you're good to go.
Okay, and then I get 1 cast from the wizard, and he won't cast anything, I don't think. So then we'll go into movement phase, and then we'll be right back. All right, so end of the movement phase. I've just brought Alariel over here, and so nothing's been brought in yet, and I moved the chariot onto the objective there. So then we're going to go into the shooting phase. So Alariel is going to shoot into this guy.
Oh, all on defense.
So that's a hit. And that's a fail.
Good old god models. Their single fire thing, always rolling the 1.
And then she'll charge in.
Yep.
So that's a 11.
Okay, that'll get her done.
Monstrous actions.
Monstrous actions. So she, actually, I'll just put it like this. So she'll do the
Roar.
no, not roll, but the
Titanic duel.
Titanic duel.
All right. Plus, when they hit against me, I'm gonna roar you. I do.
Okay, so she'll
3 up.
she'll release the arcane bolt at the end of the charge phase.
Start of the combat.
Start
phase.
the combat phase. So that'll be 2 mortal wounds.
5 up protection of that horned rat. I take 1. 6 taken total. I will pop my Shadow Magnet Trinket at the start of the combat, so he gets always strikes first. And I'm not roared at. Do I really just want to go for it and just try and bonk Alariel? Not into a double turn, because if you win the double, you heal it all right back. So he's going to have to do this thing where he scurries away. Just forcing me to do it, really. So he gets to move. He's taken 6, but 0 to 6 is his top bracket, so he still gets to move his full 12 inches, and he does fly. So he's just going to go way up to here. So we're both still touching, so Shadow Magnet Trinket is on right now, and that is... Alariel does still get to make a pylon move, because she charged, if she would like to.
That's fine.
All right. That'll be your turn then, I assume?
Yeah.
So you hold 1, you did get your battle tactic, because we're tied on this one, both at 5, and I owned it before, which means 3 points for Andy to bring it to 5 to 3 for the Skaven. Should we just go right into the roll-off then?
Sure.
All right.
I got a 1.
I got a 1.
Oh, wow. So that...
I do win ties
you do
because
win
it's
ties,
anti-double turn. And I suppose...
Do you want to think?
let's think about it and see where I come back.
Okay, so Mateus has given me the turn, so I'm going to do this one's mine. I can't achieve the tactic, but I can't do anything else. I'm just going to burn it. And then I'm going to roll for a CP on Alariel. And I get it on a 3.
You get it on a 2 up.
Yeah.
Because your general's dead.
Yeah.
I am going to heroic heal my Deceiver. He's bravery 10. So he does 4d3 for 1. Back down to 5.
Let me change it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then into magic. So
Yep.
I'll do, Alariel will try to do her metamorphosis spell. So she gets that on a 7.
He'll try and stop that one. I'm going to drop one of the dice on the ground, and I'll fail it with the 3.
Okay,
Big money, big money.
so 3s, so that is 2 mortal wounds.
Oh no. 5 up protection of the horned rat. I take 1. My heroic recovery, no.
Okay, and then she'll do Arcane Bolt on an 11.
You can have that. Engineer is still out of range for sure.
And then she'll do Mystic Shield. That's a double 1, so she takes
Well, all right then.
D3 mortals for 1. And then she has her heal, so she'll just roll that.
Yeah,
So she heals.
She feels
shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. And then that's it for hero phase. So then she'll go into shooting phase. I guess she'll move to within 3 of this guy. Do you want to redeploy?
Yeah, he'll redeploy. I have 3 CP, so he will piece on out of there. If he gets a hard 6, then he can't even be shot at. That's a 5, all right, so that's still pretty good for getting away from the big lady. I'm just gonna go directly away from her, right to there. Boop. And I'm gonna bump the terrain on my way. Wait, that arcane bolt doesn't belong to me.
Sorry.
And then he's gonna take his things and leave. I also made the one Ilariel's currently on a proving grounds. That way I will hold on to it through the double.
Okay, so we'll go for shooting phase now. So Ilario is going to shoot into this guy.
Do it.
So she hits. Do you want to roll out defense?
No.
And she wounds. So Ren 2.
Hot 6 coming in. Ah, almost tricked on my own defense. Don't made it.
So 6 flat damage.
That's okay. Hot nasty 5-ups coming right on up.
You got one. Dang.
Still can't roll average. I never do with this guy. So he's taking 11.
Pop him, right?
Where? I'll put the dice on after. You can do your other shooting.
Okay.
Proceeds to not do anything.
Okay, so then the tree lord is going to shoot at the clan rats.
Yep.
Unit right here, right?
The blues.
Yeah. So he's got 3 shots, hitting on 2s. So 2 hit and wounding on 3s.
1. Rend.
Rend 1.
6s. No.
So just 2 damage. And then the sisters will shoot the same unit.
Yeah. Oh, everything into them?
Yeah.
Into the
Alrighty.
climats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 5, 10, 15,
I guess I'm
20,
gonna
25,
all defense then.
30, 35. This is 39. I'll have to roll 2 more. And thanks.
Just shove them into your hands even more. This is it's a lot of dice.
Yeah. And I won't do all out attack. So hitting on 3s.
Good amount of dice.
Yeah.
There's a 2 right there.
Can't see it. There it is. Okay. Okay, and then wounding on 3s and 6s and mortal wounds in addition.
Yes.
Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 mortal wounds.
2, 4.
And then 8, 12, 16 saves at no rend.
I did all on defense here, so 4 up armors now, 5 up base. Look at these clan rats using their shields. Aren't they just the smartest little rats? That's gonna be 8 more dead. If I could stop bumping Andy's tree lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Some splatted ratids.
Okay, so then into the charge phase. So
Yeah.
Ilariel's going to try to charge.
Bring it in.
So that's a 9.
That'll do it. I was probably outside of 8. So you're definitely good there.
So end of the charge phase.
Kurnoth don't want some of that.
I'll roll it just in case they get
Get that boxcars.
high. No.
No, okay.
So I will do, I think Titanic Duel again.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do Titanic Duel.
Okay, I roar at you. You are roared at.
Okay. And then at the start of the combat phase, the Arcane Bolt goes off
Kill me with the bolt.
for 1 mortal wound.
Won't kill me with the bolt.
Oh!
Takes 1, he's alive on a wound. 12 total, and he still as always strikes first on because it lasts until my next hero phase. So that's the only combat to resolve, and I have ASF, so I am going to move him, I believe, 6 inches at his current 1 wound profile right now. Just going to pull that up to confirm. Just gonna get that there. So you can move him 6 inches for me directly away from you. That'd be great.
And you're inside of 13, so Battle Shock is not an issue.
Yeah, the furnace is making them immune, so that is all good.
So scoring?
Yep, 6 inches.
1, 2, 3.
So 1, 2.
Hold 1, hold 2.
I can't hold this one though.
Yeah, you just hold
right.
1 and 2.
So just 2 points.
And my clan rats return D3 dead models. 3. So that'll be the unit command, champion, the banner, and the musician. All coming back for another good old time. Beep, bop, boop. Ta-da. And the rest will be back later,
Do you want to
maybe.
explain the coherency thing?
I mean, we got 3 in coherency here, coherency here.
No, I meant they weren't, though, until when you removed them.
Oh, I mean, yeah. The nice thing about clan rats is that if you keep removing models from one side of a perfectly thin line, it doesn't matter that one of them's that line is out of coherency when you remove models, because you'll always get D3 back, assuming the unit's still there. And as long as you can return 1, which D3 can always get at least 1, you can always put 1 model back to fix your coherency. So they're somewhat immune to coherency. That's fun.
Nice. Okay. I guess we'll go into...
Yeah, so with that, we're done Andy's turn. You got 1, hold 2. The battle tactic was a throwaway, so 2 points. And going into Skaven, turn 2. All right, so Skaven, bottom of turn 2. We are gonna see what we can do with this situation we found ourselves in. The battle tactic is gonna be desecrate their lands on this gnawhole back here. So just jump through the gnawhole and I'll have it. Then my heroic action, I'm gonna heroically recover that deceiver again. That 1 wound he healed, it's only a 1, but it all makes all the difference. So he does, at bravery 10, he's good for 2.
And I'll roll for a CP on Lariel. I get it.
Nice.
All right, then I am going to do the heal prayer from the furnace on a 3-up. That's a 2, so it fails, but doesn't take a mortal. I am going to do some spells. He's going to dreaded Skitterleap, that deceiver, because he is not happy with where he is. Gets it on a 6, just enough.
I'll try to unbind Valerial. No, you got it.
Oh, all right. Then I will pick him up and plop him somewhere post haste. Actually, he's probably going to be the one grabbing Desecrate here. No, he's going to be denying redeploy. It doesn't help that much because you can still go 3 inches, and that's generally enough. So he's going to touch that, be touching the gnawhole. Try and grab this objective as well. Just vibing back there now. He gets another spell, but he doesn't want to miscast because he's 3 wounds left, so he is just gonna be there. He's okay, actually. I will do another spell with the engineer, though. He's going to re-up Mystic Shield, assuming that Furnace is not in range. Sensor Bears technically are. He's gonna do an Arcane Bolt, why not? Just in case. Gets it with an 8. Alariel should be in range. Maybe not.
Nope.
Okay, he's just bolted up. Ready to go. That is it for my hero phase. My spells and prayers are done. I will do some movement and we're gonna see where I end up. All right, so end of the Skaven movement. We're taking the melee pieces and they're gonna go towards this way. Meanwhile, the cannons all did the shuffle over to all get within 24 of the big lady. These clan rats just kind of moved up. We're gonna see some stuff go down this turn, that's for sure. But we're in the shooting phase now. So what I'm gonna start with is the Deceiver back here. He's gonna pop his Doomstar into the little unsuspecting horses. Whatever they are.
Yeah.
Wild Riders, yeah, those things. Do you want to all-out defense this?
No.
Didn't think so. D6 shots. 5, okay. 3s and 3s, because this isn't my shooting target, my assassin target. Well, that's mortals instead. And we're gonna try these ones on 3s. All go through. There's 3 at -1.
Okay, so 3 saving on 6s. So does 2 damage each?
2 damage each, plus the mortals, that's 4 total.
4 damage?
Because 2 mortals and then the 3 saves you failed.
Okay.
Yeah, 6s to hit on mortals instead.
They're 2 damage each, right?
Yeah, so 2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh, okay.
He has been on top of his game, even after suffering 10 wounds. He's throwing stars like a boss, but thankfully his throwing star profile doesn't scale. So with that, now we're on to the fun part of the phase, the Warp Lightning Cannon phase. So we're gonna start with this guy right here. He is gonna overcharge because the engineer barely got within 3 inches.
Yeah.
He's running his little tail off just to get it unhinged, and we're gonna see what happens. So,
You want to use a different colored dice for your power roll?
oh yeah, you know what? Let's just combine it. Good idea. 3, 6, 9, 12. So the blue are the rolls, and this green one is the power. Alariel. We're all in on the cannon strategy here. Okay, well that's a 1. I got 2 1s in here, so I take 2d3 mortals myself. That's 4 mortal wounds to me, but because it's a 1, each 1-up roll is a mortal. And the rule of 1, where 1s auto-fail, doesn't apply to this, because this isn't a hit roll, a wound roll, or a save roll. So they all just go right through. These were the 1s, so that's 12 mortals. Unfortunately, Alariel doesn't have a ward. So, and he's just gone and got the dice there already. I am going to put the wounds on this guy. We'll get around to that after, because we have the middle Warp Lightning Cannon to try the same into her. Number 2. Power level of 4. So technically we should be rolling this first, but we're just shorthanding it by rolling it all together. So this sets the value, and each dice roll on the 12, because I'm supercharging above it, does a mortal. So that's 4 mortal wounds, which is exactly enough because she's 16 wounds. Lucky me. And I got 1 1 in there. Because I'm supercharging, I get to roll double the amount of blue dice, but each one does d3 mortals to me. So there's 3 to that cannon. Then I will get to that later. I'm just going to put a token there to remind me. Last cannon, and this is why I was going left to right, has other options over here. So
Left as the camera is facing it.
yeah, there you go. He's gonna pop his shots into this tree lord right here. So I picked up all my dice, and now I have to count them again. He will supercharge because you aren't a true Skaven if you don't supercharge. A 3 is the power level, 2 1s, and then these are just normal fails. So that's gonna be 5, 8 mortal wounds on that tree lord. And I take 2d3 mortals for the ones that I rolled. 3 mortals. That is some hot rolling by me there. A 1, a 4, and a 3, and all of my cannons survived.
Range of 4s. Okay.
That will be my shooting phase taken care of, because the engineer ran, and he's not even remotely close to an enemy. So that's a 3, a 3, and a 4, I believe. I've already forgotten what the middle one got for damage on himself.
Middle one got. He rolled 1 5, so it's a 3.
Right, it was 3, okay. Boop. There we are. Cannons just doing their job extra efficiently, even getting damage on the tree lord. So with that, we can go into the charge phase. I am very afraid of an Unleash Hell here, so I'm going to charge in these little blue clan rats just as a throwaway, and then I'm going to proceed to fail the charges with the things that matter. Let's find out. Clan rats with an 11. That is certainly enough. They're just gonna
Unleash Hell?
So
line up the edge
Unleash
here.
Hell free.
Yep, for sure.
Nice.
So these will hit on 4s.
And 6s are. Oh no, it's.
Yep, all are in range. Doesn't get double the number of shots, unfortunately, because there is a unit within 3 inches at this point.
And then winning on 3s. 6s do mortals. So that is 1 mortal and 5 saves in a round.
5 up armors on them. Make 2, so 3 more will die. I'll taking out the banner and a normal guy and another normal guy. There we are. Some dead rats.
You count for the board, right?
Yes, there's 4 total.
Yeah.
So on to the things that I care about. We're going to start with the furnace. Otherwise, if the sensor bears charge first, no one's pushing him.
Yeah.
So ordering, always keep that in mind. Furnace coming in with a 6. Definitely not going to be enough. Sure, let's use a CP and re-roll that. 5 is even less. The sensor bears are going to try.
Someone needs to grease up those wheels.
Right, with an 11, there it is. You just got to keep rolling and rolling and rolling. That's why you want 2 melee threats, you
That's
know?
what Limp Bizkit said.
Thank you. All right, we're going to finish this movement. We're going to come back after that stinker of a...
So as Mateus charged in with the Plague Bearers, the Tree Lord at the end of the charge phase can do his monstrous action, and he can do ground shaker. So on a 3 up, they can make them fight last. And it fails on a 1.
All right, so I'm just going to do a quick little pile in here. Lucky me, getting out by this hair of my ratty chin. I'm going to get bonking. All right, so I just finished my piling move. We also cut out because we realized that one of the mic packs are dead.
Yeah.
So we're going to go raw from the camera audio from now on.
Sorry if that last bit was a little quiet on Andy's side. You know, it's hard to check every time.
Yeah, in case you didn't hear, he failed his monstrous action to make me fight last, unfortunately.
But now you can hear me.
Now we got Rob. Yay.
This guy.
So sensor bears did their piling. I'm going to put 3 of them into this chariot, and then the rest into those ladies with the bows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think one of these 2 is in, so 6. On the charge, I get a bonus attack, and I am wholly within 18 of the furnace, so I will all-out attack as well, using my last CP there. So, we're going to start with the 3 into the chariot here. Would you like to all-out defense with either of them at this point?
I don't have any command points.
Fair enough. So, into the chariot, we're 3 attacks base, plus 1 on the charge, so that's 4 each, with 3 guys total. I have a 2-inch reach right now because there's 10 or more models in the unit. That's why I'm getting those models in. That and their GV, so they can do the half an inch of a half an inch rule. So into the chariot, we're hitting on 2s thanks to all-out attack. Taking that 1 miss. 6s don't do anything, they're just a good profile. 3 up to wound. There's some good fails. Lots of 1s, so even a +1 to wound from something wouldn't have helped. There's 6 at rend 1 on that chariot.
Okay, so saving on 5s.
Yeah.
So 4 go through.
2 damage each for 8 damage total.
Okay, so it's dead.
Yeah. And then the 6 guys into the archers, the Sisters of Zawatch. So there's 3 from that I just rolled. There we go. 1, 2, 3 more. These are again hitting on 2s. 1 miss again. Okay, that's incredibly accurate for 24 attacks. 1 miss. 3s to wound though. We'll see if they're deadly. I bumped that, but it was already a pass. Also very good. 5 fails. These are rend 1. That's going to be 5, 10, 15, 17.
So saving on 6s. So
A lot of 6s.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I'm a bounty hunter and you are a GV, so that's 12 times 3 for 36 wounds.
Okay, so they go.
That will clear the unit, which means just the Tree Lord gets to hit me back if you want to do that real quick.
Sure. So he's sweeping blows. He's down to 4 attacks. So hitting on 3s. 3 hit.
You are -1 to wound me because of noxious fumes.
Okay, 4 is to wound. So nothing. And then 2 attacks from the massive impaling talons. They both hit and they wound on 3s. So 2 -1 to wound. So,
Yeah.
So 1 at rend 2.
No save, so
3
flat.
damage.
Those were 3s?
Normally 3s to wound, yeah.
Oh.
because the damage he took. So then just one guy is on a wound. We'll just use that temporarily. Boop. And that's it. So for Battle Shock, I am still wholly within 13 of the furnace, so I auto pass there.
I'll roll for the guy there.
Yep.
He's fine.
All right. But I do own all 6 objectives because that one stayed under my control thanks to it being a proving ground. And that is the end of my turn.
Yeah, and I'll call it.
Fair enough. Alariel can't use her revive mechanic because there's no overgrown pieces on the board right now. So she is unfortunately permanently dead. And I can see why. That was a brutal game by the Skaven there.
Yep. Thanks for everyone for watching.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time.